Mic test, Tom. 1, 2, 3.
Mic test, Dave. 1, 2, 3. Good evening, Wethersfield soccer family. We join you tonight from what is a somber and truly surreal setting. Outside Sage Park here in Berlin, the air is heavy from the ongoing Hawthorne fire. Inside the stadium, hearts are heavy as a family, a team, and a community mourn the loss of Wethersfield firefighter Robert Sharkovich Sr., the father of WHS soccer players Camden and Caden Sharkovich. Just as there are no adequate words to express our gratitude to the first responders working the fire, we know nothing we say here tonight will lessen the pain of Tuesday's tragedy for the Sharkovich family. In that context, something as simple as a soccer game can seem rightly insignificant and superficial. Yet somehow, simultaneously, this same simple game can be a conduit for our collective grief, an outpouring of love for a family enduring unimaginable heartache. We are humbled beyond measure to have the opportunity to bring tonight's events to you, the WHS soccer family, and we are grateful to all who have helped make this broadcast possible. Now, it's our great privilege to turn things over to the next voice you will hear, public address announcer Mike Soboleski, who will lead us through a special ceremony here at the field honoring the life and legacy of Robert Sharkovich Sr.
Good evening, and welcome to Sage Park for tonight's game between the Wethersfield Eagles and our Berlin Redcoats. At this moment, I would like our teams, firefighters, and first responders to take the field. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. this time, I would like to introduce Rob's wife, Joanne Sharkovich. I would also like to introduce Rob's daughter, Christy, Rob's son, Robert Jr., and wife, Christy, as well as granddaughter, Jordan, to the field. A special thank you this evening to David Malesko and Christopher Heverin from the Wethersfield Fire Department. We would also like to introduce Robbie Sharkovich Jr., Gary Sharkovich Sr., Steve Sharkovich, and Alex Sierra. Thank you, first responders and firefighters, for all you do for our communities. Before we begin today's game, we ask you to join us in a moment of silence to honor the life of Wethersfield resident Robert Sharkovich, beloved father, grandfather, and husband, who passed away unexpectedly on Tuesday while bravely battling the fires in Berlin. As a firefighter, Robert dedicated his life to serving others, and he made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. We ask all in attendance to keep the Sharkovich family and the entire Wethersfield community in your thoughts during this difficult time. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the starting lineup for Wethersfield. Number 1, Captain Nathan Morris. Number 2, Alexander Hall. Number 10, Ashwin Maharaj. Number 12, Captain Oliver Pedno. Number 17, Captain Julian Coulier. Number 4, Ramo Amatovi. Number 5, Lionel Nahara. Number 6, Joao Vizcarra. One more time. Number 7, Tariq Alihati. Number 11, John Fry. And number 21, Damian Sardo. For Berlin, number 1, Omar Montañez. Number 5, Thomas Barcalanger. Number 6, Ryan Sullivan. Number 7, Alexander George. Number 8, Philip Adamson. Alfonso Abayomi. Number 13, Marcus Joshua. Number 16, Alessandro De Rino. Number 17, Camden Nardelli. Number 21, Matthew Daly. And number 28, Joseph Frankelangelo. Appreciate it.
So we are back here, folks, as the teams head back to their benches after a moving pregame ceremony honoring the life of Wethersfield's Robert Sharkovich Sr. And now we work to turn our attention toward the field and the game today, which features two of Rob's children, Caden and Camden, both in uniform, both with their team tonight. Wethersfield's team for warm-ups adorned in shirts, all bearing the last name Sharkovich across the back. Various family members, friends here for the opening ceremony, which was put on by first responders from Berlin, from Wethersfield, and potentially from other towns we may not be getting. We don't leave anybody out intentionally, but just a moving tribute after Tuesday's tragedy. And as we head toward kickoff in this one, we heard the announcement of the starting lineups. PA announcer Mike Soboleski did a fantastic job here with the ceremony and with the lineups. We've already had the anthem, and we are just about ready for the game to kick off. So we will take, I believe now, a quick look at the Wethersfield formation for this one with our producer, director, analyst Tom McCarter.
Yeah, Dave, the toughest transition we've had to make so far this season, but what a beautiful ceremony put on by Berlin. You know, Wethersfield, as we transition to this game and the players take the field, you know, a little bit of a deep new formation for the Eagles. They know they're playing an excellent opponent here in Berlin. This is going to be a defensive formation, and you know, really not sure what to expect here tonight. I don't think any of us, the players, the families, the fans, us, you know, we've never been through anything like this before.
And as we set the stage, this is the Central Connecticut Conference CCC postseason tournament. We've got a quarterfinal match here tonight. Wethersfield came in as the 7 seed, Berlin as the 2 seed, hosting tonight's game. And we'll take a quick look, Tom, at how the teams stack up after the regular season.
Yeah, Berlin with an excellent regular season, 11-1-4, scoring nearly 3 goals a game, which is going to, you know, win you games most of the time. Both teams have allowed 18 goals, which is just over 1 a game. This is a tough test for Wethersfield on any night, but on a night like tonight, I can't imagine what the boys are going through.
All right, so we've got the teams on the field. Wethersfield as the visitor in the road whites. Eagles will move from left to right in this first half. The Redcoats of Berlin. Tom mentioned a fantastic season in the regular season, earning top honors in the CCC South and the number 2 seed here in this tournament. The winner of this one will face the winner of the Maloney-Tolland quarterfinal, which, if our research was correct, is kicking off right about this same time. Also this same time in Wethersfield tonight, Wethersfield girls in their CCC tournament quarterfinal hosting South Windsor. We will do our best to get updates from Catone Field on that one for you, but right now we've got the Eagles moving the ball forward as Julian Couillet sends it down the side. Damian Sardo gives chase. He's going to try to get to it. It's going to go over the end line. Good defensive presence there from the Redcoats of Berlin.
One of the things on the field, Tariq Alihodzik was a little bit banged up. Eagles leading scorer. You see him putting pressure on right there. Good to see him healthy and in the lineup. He's going to be a key to this. If Wethersfield's going to win, it's going to be by a whisker, and you know he's going to factor into that play.
And you talked about a little bit different formation. He's almost alone at the top in some of this, so he should have some chances. Nice play from Berlin, but ball taken away there by Xander Hong. Played back now, Ramo Amatovic, center back position for the Eagles. Pressured by number 9, Michael Abayami for Berlin. Down the left side it goes, past the Berlin bench. John Fraga gives chase, but it's going to go over the side. It looks like we will go the other way. Looks like it'll be a Berlin throw here. Over in that corner where the flags fly at half-staff, the U.S. flag and the Connecticut flag. Here tonight, Berlin toward the midline. Leo Najarro and Ali Pedno give chase for Wethersfield. This is Joao Vizcarra now in traffic down the left side. Ali Hodzik with the ball right in front of the Berlin bench. Back toward the midline we go. Good play from Berlin to take it over the midline. That looked like number 5, Tommy Frankalangia on the far side. Ball will go back to Wethersfield on the throw. Tommy Frankalangia, his brother Joey also in the lineup tonight. He is one of the leading offensive producers for this team. 12 goals, 13 assists on the season for number 28, Joey Frankalangia. We'll see when he's able to get his first touch for the Redcoats. Wethersfield trying to obviously minimize his influence on this one. Ball comes across to number 6, Ryan Sullivan. Plays it forward. Down goes a player up front that will draw a whistle against Wethersfield as down went number 13, Marcus Joshi, a senior for this Berlin team. He's got 7 goals on the year.
Yeah, I don't think Couillet meant anything by this. Ball's played over the middle and the bodies collide. You know, they got a little bit tangled up, but this is a dangerous chance for Berlin right off the bat here.
Free kick sits about the 25-yard line in terms of the football markings. A lot of action loaded up to the right. Inside the 18, both arms up. Here's the kick from Joshi. It's a line drive. It's going to go 2 hops, skips to Nate Morris. He pounces on it. Nate Morris, senior goalkeeper for Wethersfield, one of the captains.
Yeah, we talk about all season long that first free kick. You kind of see what a team's made of. It looked like they were trying to run something a little short side there. You know, a little decoy with all those bodies stacked there. And
Ball
this looks like
goes
it's
ahead.
Here.
That was going to be an offside call. That was Berlin looking forward. Joey Frankalangia up front. We talked about him just a second ago. As we're just about 3.5 minutes into this one, folks, 36-36 on the clock here in the first half. Scoreless game. CCC quarterfinal, Wethersfield at Berlin. Eagles are in white, going from left to right. Leo Najarro for the Eagles. Left foots it across the midline. Berlin gets to it first in front of the Redcoats bench. They keep it in bounds. Nice pressure up top from Ali Hodzik. It's going to go back to the keeper. That's Omar Montanez in net tonight for the Berlin Redcoats as they try to turn the other way. Headed by Pedno, but it goes right to Berlin. Here come the Redcoats on the attack. Good step from Julian Couillet. High ball gets over the head of Najarro. He gets to it. Battle at the midline. Vizcarra now off his chest into the front half of the field for Wethersfield. Right along the midline now, Vizcarra brings it back. Ashvin Maharaj. Back to Ramo Amatovic.
Dave, this lineup for Wethersfield, I don't think we've seen this specific combination of players in formation all season long. But one thing that it should be is very tough to get any offense down the middle. Wethersfield has 5 spectacular defenders right down the middle of the field.
That pass got away from the Eagles just a touch there, and Berlin's going to take over right in the center circle, lay it back now into the offensive half come the Redcoats. Michael Abayami on the far side, one-on-one against Ashvin Maharaj. Inside the 18 we go, lays it off, got a shot opportunity coming. It skips off of Julian Couillet.
We got to take a look at that one. Couillet may have saved a goal here as that ball was coming across nicely, and if he doesn't lunge there and get a foot on the ball right here to break up the play, Berlin had number 28 streak in there, and that would have been a tap-in for him.
And that is who they're looking for up front, Joey Frankalangia. So it leads to the first set piece of the game. We're just over 5 minutes in, 34-47 to go. Short ball played back now by the Redcoats. Here's one going all the way toward the goal. It's going to go wide left. Head it is. Nate got out of the goal, and it's deflected. That's a save of the goal from Ramo Amatovic. Ball still alive for Franklin, cleared by Wethersfield. Ramo Amatovic absolutely saves the goal.
Yeah, that one you just had a bad feeling for. When Nate Morris comes out and it goes overhead, perfect centering, and Amatovic, as Morris is hustling back into position, and then a good clear there too.
High ball played. It's going to get over the head of Maharaj over there. Berlin, number 5 for the Redcoats, is Tommy Frankelangia. Trying to get in the action himself. Wethersfield forces it back out a bit, but Berlin still in control in the offensive half. Nice play from Pedno. He went down, looks like a little bit awkwardly, much like Couillet did on a ball earlier, but Wethersfield seems to be okay. Ball goes out on the far side. It'll be a Berlin throw. Redcoats scoop it up. Berlin in their home reds.
And one thing Wethersfield should recognize right away, Berlin's been pretty organized on set pieces. That first free kick, they had something planned. The first corner kick, they had something planned and served a good ball into the box that led to something. Wethersfield's got to pick up on that and be really careful around the box or it's going to make them pay.
Headed by Ashvin Maharaj on the throw from Berlin. Wethersfield trying to play out of the back. Left-footed ball from Maharaj goes ahead, but headed there by Joshi for Berlin. This is Frankelangia again. Sends it over far side. Goes to his younger brother Tommy. Into the 18 we go. Amatovic's got it. Clears it out. Looking for John Fraga. He's got some space. Sends it ahead, but nobody home for Wethersfield. That's going to be taken over by Berlin in the center circle. Offensive half they come. Up from the center back position comes number 21, Matthew Dalick. So Wethersfield escapes danger again. We're just about a little over 7 minutes into this one. 32:45 to go. Still scoreless here so far from Scalise Field, Sage Park in Berlin, home of the Redcoats. They are on the attack again. A lot of the action has been in this half of the field. Berlin in control of possession so far. Headed by Pedno there. Back outside the 18 we go. A little pressure from Najarro for Wethersfield. Pokes it over the side. It'll be a throw for Berlin. Redcoats again on the throw. And this is going to be number 6, Ryan Sullivan, a sophomore on this team. Damian Sardo plays it out. Wethersfield trying to get out of the back. Vizcarra loses the ball. Nice takeaway from Alessandro De Arena. There's a shot going toward Morris. He's going to scoop it up off the second hop. So Nate Morris controls. Got a little pressure. Here's a throw going out toward midfield. Headed by Najarro. Looking for Ali Hadzik up front. Taps it to Damian Sardo. Wethersfield trying to make a move now in their offensive half. Ali Hadzik dances and taken away. Nice play from behind by Joshi. Down goes Sardo. Here comes Berlin as Hong lost his footing here on the side. Couillet recovers here on the sideline. Sends it back toward the midline, but Joshi again looking for Joey Frankelangia. Pedno comes out of there with it for Wethersfield. Sardo back to Pedno. Wethersfield trying to find shape, get out of the back. Xander Hong now down the side, taken away by Berlin. Here come the Redcoats again.
Dave, we did all the home games and we saw a couple of road games, but you can see early on this might be the most electric offensive team the Eagles have faced. Possession has been to this left side of the field nearly the entire half. The Eagles have bent, not broken so far, but they need to get the ball on the other half of the field, and that's one of the downsides of this extreme defensive formation.
So another throw coming for Berlin as they maintain possession. The action has been heavily in this half of the field. There's a settle by Pedno. Tries to get it to Najarro, but Joshi active tonight. Has the ball in his foot. Dances around, lays it off sideline now for Ryan Sullivan. Sends one in toward the 18, headed by Amatovic. Vizcarra going to let one fly across the midline. Look at Najarro give chase, but he's not going to get to that one before Matthew Dalick, who plays it back to keeper Omar Montanez for Berlin. Toward the sideline we come. Number 6, Ryan Sullivan again lays it off for number 16, Alessandro De Arena. Pedno, though, pushes the ball forward for Wethersfield. Tries to find Ali Hadzik, but intercepted. Nice play defensively from Berlin there.
Yeah, lots of red jerseys there. Pedno tried to make the right pass, but just too many legs in the way.
Here's Najarro now. Left foot's one. Trying to get it through. Oh, and look at the step at the last minute. Nice defensive effort there. That appeared to be Camden Nardelli, number 17, along the back line for the Redcoats. Got his foot up and just a touch on that ball to prevent a shot for Wethersfield.
He did not get that athleticism from his dad, I can tell you that much.
Ball along the far side, rolls over the side in front of the Berlin bench. John Fraga scoops it up. Going to take the throw for Wethersfield. Eagles in the offensive half, a place they haven't been very much in this first 10.5 minutes. 29-29 on the clock here, first half. Scoreless game, CCC quarterfinal, number 7 Wethersfield, number 2 Berlin. Out of the scrum comes Fraga toward the inline, but can't quite get to it before it goes over. We'll have a goal kick for Berlin.
Yeah, at this point, Wethersfield, it'd be a win if they could generate a corner kick, slow the game down a little bit, keep it off their defensive half, and they've been really strong winning those balls. But Wethersfield so far not able to muster anything offensively.
Long ball comes over the midline, headed by Julian Coulier for Wethersfield. There's a header for D'Arena for Berlin. Back and forth we go. Berlin now in their backfield, looks to settle. Comes over to Sullivan. Lays it off for Joshi. Joshi, one of the captains on this Berlin team. Looks ahead. Ball ahead. Looks like Joey Francolangia had it momentarily. Here's a ball down the left side, though. Ahead to Alexander George. He's one-on-one with Xander Hong. Lays it off now for Francolangia. Poked out of there by Ali Pedno for Wethersfield over the side. So we'll have another throw in the offensive half for Berlin.
Yeah, and good recovery for Wethersfield. You see they've got 10 guys below the ball. That's how they're going to have to defend this team. It puts a lot on the shoulders of Tariq Alihadze.
Alihadze clears some space. One-on-one battle against Nardelli. It is going to be a Wethersfield throw here on the near side. Sardo lays it off for Leo Najarro. Left foots it, looking for Fraga down that left side, but a good step from Berlin. They come across the midline through the circle. Joshi sends one on the far side, looking for Abayami. He comes the other way. We got 2 Berlin players here. Wethersfield has to get the defense set. Francolangia had a shot deflected by Sardo. Maharaj tries to clear. Vizcarra now for Wethersfield. Lays it back to Pedno. Sardo has to shield as Alexander George came in. Berlin moving the right direction. That's going to be a takedown. And it looks like they're going to make the call outside the box. Yeah, they called the first one. So no PK there.
Which might be pretty lucky for Wethersfield, because if the second one was called, that one was clearly in the box.
So we will have a free kick on the foul.
And if you are Wethersfield here, you've seen 2 free kicks and they've been organized. You know they've got something up their sleeve for this setting.
So Joshi, Marcus Joshi, along with Michael Abayami are both around the ball. Abayami number 9. Looks like he may take it. We've got a 3-player wall forming for Wethersfield. Nate Morris in net, directs traffic. Going to add Xander Hong to make it a 4-player wall now for the Eagles. Abayami over the ball. Let's see what they do, though. He backs off. Who's going to take the kick? Whistle is blown. Abayami going to run over it. Here comes Joshi now. Going to send it bending, and that's in the back of the net at the 27:06 mark. Goal off the free kick from number 13, Marcus Joshi. So Marcus Joshi, just about 13 minutes in, gets Berlin on top, 1-0.
Dave, we had an excellent vantage point on this one. You can see the little fake run over, and what an unbelievable shot here. Bends it around the wall inside that far post there. Nate Morris never had a chance on that one.
Beautiful kick. You could see something was coming off the set piece, as Berlin has been organized on all their set pieces so far. And that one gets the Redcoats on top. 1-0 lead. Berlin over Wethersfield. Wethersfield trying to come the other way. High ball gets away from the Eagles, though. Wethersfield in the road whites, going from left to right. Berlin in their home reds, going right to left here in the first half. Wethersfield tries to find Alihadze up front. That ball is tapped out of there. And it looks like it's going to be a Wethersfield throw. Or which way are we going to go? We're going to be a Wethersfield throw, looks like, as Fraga will scoop it up. Berlin bench definitely liked the defensive effort on that far side. Thought maybe they had won the throw. And there's the takeaway, though. Redcoats come out of there. Najarro trying to keep it moving in Wethersfield's direction, but that'll get away from the Eagles. So a throw coming for Berlin now. 26:23 to go. First half, 1-0. Berlin on top off the beautiful free kick from Marcus Joshi. Redcoats look to play out of the back. Good battle for the ball as Hong came up. Pedno's got it. Amatovic scoops the ball up in the back. Not sure where our call came, but it is going to be a free kick for Wethersfield. Looks like right on that 20-yard marker in the backfield Ramo Amatovic going to scoop it up and take it. Wethersfield trying to move the ball forward, see if they can find a way to even this one up. Down early, 1-0.
Just be ready if I'm pulling out the window.
Okay. And folks, we are looking across at the midline. It does appear to our eyes that it is going to be substitution of the next opportunity. Both the Sharkovich players will come into the game. See if the official allows this at this opportunity. 3 Caden Sharkovich, 19 Camden Sharkovich, both set to come into this game, getting a nice handshake from the Berlin coaching staff on that far side. It'll have to wait till after this corner kick, though. Here comes the corner for Berlin, headed out of there by Maharaj. Nicely done by Wethersfield to escape danger initially, but here is Berlin again, moving the ball toward the goal. Hong sends it out, headed back into the 18, cleared there by Amatovic. Goes all the way toward the midline. Ali Hadzik is by himself, 1-on-2. What can he do? Ball taken away there by Camden Nardelli. Wethersfield trying to move the ball. Here's Nahato, left foots it. Looking for Joao Vizcarra, tapped away by Berlin. And here come the Redcoats again. Joshy going to send a high ball coming across. This is Frank Alangia battling 2 Wethersfield defenders. He's going to send it left-footed toward the goal. Nicely done between 2 players to actually get that shot off, but saved by Nate Morris. So the score remains Berlin 1, Wethersfield nothing. 24 minutes even to go here in the first half.
Yeah, another nice ball over the top here. And a good fight from the Berlin forward here, getting a clean shot off, and Morris is just there to make the save.
And look at the battle here. Michael Abayami, excuse me, battling 1-on-1 against Julian Couillet. Berlin, skilled offensively up front, created lots of opportunity. That ball's headed toward the goal. It's going to go wide left. That will be a goal kick for Wethersfield, and here comes the substitutions.
Now entering the game, number 3 and 19, Caden and Camden Sharkovich.
So as we restart play, number 3, Caden Sharkovich, number 19, Camden Sharkovich up front now for Wethersfield. Ali Hadzik battles. That's going to draw a whistle. That'll go Berlin way. A little too much contact from Ali Hadzik there. 22:50 to go here in the first half. Berlin on top, 1-0. They have really held the advantage in terms of possession offensively. Wethersfield trying to find the formula here to move something the other way. Nice header by Couillet. Ball poked ahead by Berlin. Off the head of number 7, Alexander George. High ball now coming out toward the sideline. Ali Hadzik taps it over to Nahato, but taken away by Berlin. Joshy back to Sullivan, and now Berlin looks to mount the attack again in their offensive half. Chip shot in toward the top of the 18. Can Xander Hong get there? It's on the left side now. In toward the middle. Good stuff from Pedno for Wethersfield. Ali Hadzik back trying to apply some pressure. Good ball from Joshy to the top of the arc. Wow. He's still got an opportunity. Cleared there by Amatovic. Joshy went down. Wethersfield trying to get out of the back. Pedno, middle of the field now to Fraga. Fraga's going to lay it off far side. Ashwin Maharaj now. Left foots it. Looking for Camden Sharkovich. Ball taken away by Berlin. 21:40 on the clock first half. Berlin with a 1-0 lead over Wethersfield in this CCC quarterfinal. Berlin moving again toward the net. This is Frank Alangia with a nice boot that goes high over the goal, but nice job in tight space to get that one toward the goal.
And he had that one dipping too. He had that top spin on it. It was breaking down. I think he just hit it a little bit too hard, but great shot opportunity then. Senior
Joey Frank Alangia, 12 goals, 13 assists on the season for Berlin, trying to add to his total here in this quarterfinal. And more importantly for his Redcoats team, trying to add to their lead. They're on top of Wethersfield, 1-0 here. Good play from Alexander George. Alex George trying to chase it down, not able to get to it though, and it comes in Throw for Wethersfield, Ali Hodzik to Pedno, Fraga now as Wethersfield tries to move toward the offensive end of the field. Here's Ali Hodzik down the right side, one-on-one against Sullivan. Dancing into the 18 on the right side is Ali Hodzik. Left footed, that's going to roll right to the keeper. Nice job by Omar Montanez to scoop that up. Montanez, senior netminder for Wethersfield.
Yeah, and Ali Hodzik started up top with not much help there. Wethersfield gives him a little bit of a different look on this right side. Give him some space, you know, a little less congestion down the middle where he's surrounded by a few Berlin defenders. See if he can create from this right side.
And Montanez, of course, the senior keeper for Berlin, trying to keep Wethersfield off the scoreboard. Just about midway through this first half, 20:02 to go until halftime. Here is Wethersfield keeper Nate Morris now. Amatovic way up from the center back position, battling for the ball. Naharo sends it forward for Wethersfield. Got it off Caden Sharkovich. Berlin takes over. Here's Naharo for Wethersfield.
You want me to take it?
Ali Pedno here. Plays it up to John Fraga. Fraga turns. Ball gets poked away there. Berlin moving forward. Plays it up to Michael Abayami. Ramo Amatovic on defense. Pedno looks to help. Good patience from Berlin.
Ball rolls across the top of the 18.
Whoa.
Shot. Short hop there for Nate Morris, but he got to it.
Yeah, they've had a couple of good looks from that spot, and Nate's been perfectly positioned, didn't give up any rebounds, and you know, aside from that one free kick that was impossible for Nate to save, he's been everything the Eagles have asked for him so far. Ali Hodzik there plays it to the middle. No Wethersfield players there, but good hustle by Fraga to try to create something. Here comes Berlin. That ball is played a little bit too far ahead. That's going to go right to Morris.
All right, thank you, Tom, for helping out here. Getting a little choked up in the evening air here. 18:15 to go as that ball got all the way back to Montanez. Looks like it's going to skip off Sullivan, so Wethersfield will get a throw in the offensive half. And we've got more subs into the game. Looks like Gabriel LePerriere and Ahmed El-Bashir for Wethersfield, as Xander Hong and Tariq Ali Hodzik will take a seat. So Gabriel LePerriere comes in. Looks like he'll take this throw on the near side. Wethersfield trying to find a way to cut into this lead. It's 1-0 Berlin. Past the midway point of the first half here. Into Fraga. He's able to make the turn, got some space. Now into traffic he goes, still moving toward the middle of the field. Deflected as Berlin tried to clear. Nice hustle from Camden Sharkovich, keeps the ball alive for Wethersfield, but gets away from the Eagles and taken over there by Berlin. Coming the other way will be the Redcoats.
Good work by Camden. Hustle back, break up that play, put a little back pressure on him, and here come the Eagles.
And gets away from Wethersfield, not able to form the attack here. Berlin solid defensively so far. Ball headed by Frank Alandra, goes back to the midline. Here's Joshi. Joey Francalandra sends a high ball over the top. It's going to be trouble for Wethersfield. Nice job. Good recovery, as you said, Tom, from Ahmed El-Bashir. He was beaten on the initial ball, which was beautiful, and then he came back.
Yeah, Berlin, another successful ball over the top here. I thought maybe the linesman or the ref's hand was going to go up, but El-Bashir might have been keeping him on, but he recovers, breaks it up. Berlin corner kick.
Yeah, and we have another set piece for the Redcoats. They have been very organized and have generated opportunities off of these. They scored their goal off a free kick. Here's Joshi now with the corner. Goes all the way across, right in front of the goal. Headed by Berlin. There's a collision with Morris. Let's see who got to that. Looks like Joey Francalandra got to it for Berlin.
He got a clean look and was a good one. I don't know if the refs were calling goal kick or if there was a little bit of pushing down there, but another play where obviously Berlin was prepared and had worked on it and executed it pretty well.
Gabriel LePerriere across the midline trying to get to it. Sullivan to it first, so LePerriere still after for Wethersfield. Leo Najardo comes out with it. Sends it middle of the field just outside the center circle to John Fraga. In the circle to Pedno. Looking down the middle for Vizcarra, but taken away by Berlin. Here they come the other way, the Redcoats. And Joey Francolangia, key to their offense, along with Marcus Joshi so far in this one. Francolangia sends it across to his brother Tommy. He's into the 18. Ball deflected by Wethersfield. Goes off the top of the fence. It'll be another corner for Berlin.
Good job by Maharaj there. Get his leg into the shooting, crossing lane. Didn't let anything come through. You don't really want to give Berlin any more corner kicks or set plays, but that's better than letting that ball go through on net. At some point, they got to run out of ideas, different formations here, you'd think.
And folks, we've got a quick update from Catone as we get this corner kick for Berlin. Comes in, headed and over the goal. Nice play again, though. That connection off the service leads to a header, just not able to put it on net.
Yeah, and one of the things we've complimented the Wethersfield Eagles for doing all season long is corner kicks, getting their head on it, creating offensive chances. That's what the Redcoats are doing to the Eagles so far today.
Matt Dalick with the header there, just a little bit wide, so Wethersfield escapes. The score remains Berlin 1, Wethersfield nothing. Quick update, first half at Catone tonight, where the girls are hosting South Windsor. The report we have is Wethersfield on top 1-0 in the first half at Catone tonight. Again, if you're looking for that one, that is on video only streaming, as Caden Sharkovich with a nice header. Ball tapped out of there. Najardo gives chase for Wethersfield. LePerriere, Ahmed El-Bashir after it. El-Bashir has it and can't keep it in bounds, goes over the side. The girls' game from Catone is streaming video only on Athletics WHS on YouTube. We are here for the boys' game from Berlin, our first non-Catone broadcast of the season. We appreciate the hospitality of the Berlin High School staff, letting us carve out some space here in the press box at Sage Park. 13:45 to go first half. It is 1-0 Berlin. Gorgeous free kick goal earlier from Marcus Joshi is the only scoring to this point. And if you're Wethersfield, you may feel lucky with that, with the opportunities that Berlin has generated off of corner kicks. Number 18 into the game for Berlin, Sam Abayami, brother of number 9, Michael Abayami. It's Gabriel LePerriere for Wethersfield, sends it back to Will Welchel. Welchel battling against Abayami there. Ahmed El-Bashir sends it back to Ramo Amatovic. He sends a line drive down the left side, looking for Camden Sharkovich. He's going to get to it first and keep it in bounds. What can Wethersfield do with this one? Camden Sharkovich in the corner is poked over the side by Berlin, so it'll be a throw in deep in the offensive portion of the field for the Eagles. Good hustle from Camden Sharkovich there. In comes the ball, headed by Leo Najardo, but cleared by Berlin. Tommy Francolangia back, trying to clear it for the Redcoats. Pedno steps to it. Quickly surrounded by Berlin defenders, and there's Tommy Francolangia coming out with the ball. Going to play it back. Here's a high one down the side now. Good step out of the back for Wethersfield. Here's an opportunity for Caden Sharkovich, and Montanez pops on the ball quickly.
Yeah, good little flick from LePerriere. You know, almost connected with Caden Sharkovich there. That was about the most dangerous chance we've seen for the Eagles in 28 minutes of play.
And Tom, we've got another update. Wethersfield now on top, 2-0 against South Windsor at Catone tonight in girls CCC quarterfinal action. Eagles in that one are the number 3 seed on the girls' side, hosting number 6 South Windsor. Nate Morris with a nice diving save on the ball going toward the goal. Might have been going wide right, but Nate Morris not taking any chances, got all over that one.
Yeah, and another clean shooting lane for the Redcoats here in the first half.
So 11:18 to go here in the first half. Both teams settling in after an emotional pregame ceremony. The two teams came together. Members of, there's Camden Sharkovich up front now for Wethersfield. Quickly closed on by 2 Berlin defenders, and here come the Redcoats the other way toward the midline. Across the 50 they come. Into the offensive half of the field are the Redcoats. Good pressure by Iannucci on the far side for Wethersfield. Coach Yakum using a good portion of the bench so far tonight. Luca Iannucci gives chase on that far side. Stands up the initial attack. Nice play there from, I believe that was Tommy Frankelangelo. Gets it all the way across. Coming in for number 14, Ben Weiserek. He's got it now near side. Lays it back to Sullivan. Looks like he's going to let one fly. It's curling toward the goal, and that's going to be in the air to Nate Morris. He had to come off the line, was right at the top of the 6 to scoop that one up.
Yeah, and another good save from Morris. Berlin very patient offensively, plays it back, and the ball's served in and gets through, and Morris there under pressure does not give up a rebound.
Ball cleared by Wethersfield, comes out to the arena. But look at Berlin move the ball. Look at Amatovic now. He is coming with a full head of steam. Down goes the number 16, Alessandro Di Arena, and not happy about the call, but it's going to go against Berlin, so Wethersfield will get a free kick in the backfield as the Eagles try to do something in this final 9:36 of the first half. 1-0 Berlin on top. Redcoats have threatened on multiple occasions. Wethersfield has limited the damage so far to the 1 goal off the free kick. Amatovic with the arm up. Wethersfield with a lot of action at the top of the 18. Amatovic delivers off the head of LePerriere, and it's going toward the sideline. Ahmed El-Bashir chases. Looks like it will be a Wethersfield throw. And we're going to hold it up. We got subs coming into the game. Looks like Vizcarra and Ali Hadza come back for Wethersfield. So we approach the 9-minute mark, 9:01 to go.
Looks like Camden Sharkovic and Nahato are coming out for the Eagles.
And so Camden Sharkovic will sit. Caden Sharkovic, number 3, still in up front. He's on the right side for the Eagles. Good tap from Kuye, gets it to El-Bashir. Now Vizcarra tries to dance between. He's still got the ball on his feet. Look at him go back and forth. He's taken down. It looks like that should be a foul, and it is, against Di Arena for Berlin. So that'll be a free kick in a potentially dangerous area for Wethersfield.
Yeah, 1-0 game. The ball's been on Wethersfield's half most of the game, but this is where they are most dangerous. Keep an eye on number 4 and number 12. Just like Berlin on their offensive chances have gotten their head on the ball.
In this combination, Ali Hadzik to number 4, Ramo Amatovic, was the goal-scoring combination in that 2-1 loss Tuesday at Newington in the regular season. Here's Ali Hadzik sending it through. It gets all the way through. It's headed. It goes across the goal mouth, and nobody able to get to it, and that's going to be a goal kick for Berlin as the Redcoats escape and keep Wethersfield off the board.
Yeah, this one at first I thought off the foot of Ali Hadzik was going to be too short, but somehow it bounces and lands through, and that was, I don't know who that was on the back post there that got their head on it. It might have been Caden Sharkovic. Caden checks out of the game now. Gets a high five from Coach Yakum.
All right, so it has been an emotional week, an emotional night here tonight for this Wethersfield program, for indeed the Wethersfield community. Eagles battling Berlin, and that's going to be a foul from behind against Will Welchel. He's not happy about it, but when players get tangled up like that, it's hard to really argue that one.
Yeah, don't think it was intentional, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the worst place to commit a foul.
Free kick from about 7 yards inside the midline, not the most dangerous place, but Wethersfield's got to be ready on the second and third opportunities here, as Berlin has proven to be very effective moving the ball. Here's a high ball. It's going all the way inside the 18, headed by Wethersfield, headed by Berlin. Booted out of there by Julian Kuye, comes over the sideline, so it'll be a throw for Wethersfield.
Yeah, even plays that don't seem like they'd be that dangerous, or that was a little too close for comfort there.
And it comes again for Berlin. Sullivan now near the side. Joey Frankelangelo with the ball. One of the captains plays off to his fellow captain, number 16, Alessandro Di Arena. Here's Frankelangelo again. Sullivan taps it in.
Good battle
Weiserek there. Good battle by Ali Pedno. Gabriel LePerriere now with the ball. Tries to play it through to Vizcarra, but it's taken away there by number 16. Berlin moving the ball taken away by Ahmed El-Bashir, but he is deep and in trouble, potentially goes over the sideline.
Look how aggressive the Redcoats are to win that ball back. When they give it up, they surround you with numbers. They want to force turnovers and create offensive chances from their attack.
And nice play there from D'Arena. Pedno able to take it away, though. Wethersfield trying to move into the offensive half. Deflects off the back of D'Arena. Pedno again now into the offensive half are the Eagles, but Xander Hong not able to get to that one before it goes over the side, so it'll be a throw for Berlin.
Yeah, one of the things Coach Yakum mentioned a couple of days ago was just how Wethersfield can be too reliant on the long ball at times.
Look at the move there from Abayami. Able to get into the 18, but then Wethersfield able to clear, but Sullivan keeps it in bounds. That was Sam Abayami on that move. There's a header by Amatovic. Frank Alangelo chases it down. He's inside the 18, battling Iannucci on that far side. Ball goes, it comes across, headed out of there by Ahmed El-Bashir. Berlin going to get to it first, though. Will they be able to generate another shot? Good takeaway from Vizcarra, goes ahead to Ali Hadzik. And that ball looks like skims off the official potentially as it goes toward the sideline, toward the Wethersfield bench. It'll be a throw for the Eagles. Just at the end of the Wethersfield bench, Eagles in the road whites tonight, going left to right here in the first half. Drop ball, actually, and it goes back to Amatovic. So Wethersfield still has to get out of the backfield. Pedno, as Hong calls for it at the midline. Nobody able to get it up to him yet. Here's Pedno. Hong calls for it again. Pedno takes the space. Now he's going to send it. Gabriel Laperriere and Xander Hong both give chase, and it'll get away from the Eagles over the side. Throw for Berlin.
And it looks like Hong and El-Bashir have switched positions. I don't know if that's where El-Bashir had subbed into, but we don't see Xander too much in this right outside mid position, but he can create some havoc when he plays offense.
That ball is sent into the center circle where Ramo Amatovic runs past it. Now there's a hole in the middle of the field for Wethersfield. Amatovic's got to get back. This is Michael Abayami, and look at Julian Couillet with the tackle to take it for Wethersfield. What can the Eagles do on the counter? Xander Hong now looking for Gabriel Laperriere. There's a good ball. He's going to get to it, sends it toward the middle, and nobody home for Wethersfield.
Yeah, no, I've got no problem with that ball. He put it in the right spot. Just somehow there were no white jerseys in that little pocket.
Gabriel Laperriere with a nice run down the right side, sent it toward the top of the arc, but nobody there for Wethersfield, so no opportunity on a shot for the Eagles. Some contact on the far side. Looks like it'll go Wethersfield way on the throw. 3:10 to go here in the first half. It's 1-0 Berlin on top. Unlike the regular season, there has to be a winner in this game to advance in the CCC tournament. So if we are knotted somehow at the end of the second 40 minutes, it will go to 2 10-minute overtime periods. Still tied at that point. We go to penalty kicks tonight to settle this one. No ties tonight, as somebody has to move on. Julian Couillet with a nice ball. Look at it. It gets all the way through. Ali Hadzik, can he get to it before he crosses it, and it's going to go into the side of the net. Just a step or two ahead, but a beautiful ball from Julian Couillet.
Yeah, great ball from Couillet, and that's one of the ways that Wethersfield has been really successful, getting Ali Hadzik behind the D, having him either take a defender one-on-one and shoot or cross it like that. And I think his momentum was just going too fast. Wasn't able to cut it back and keep it in bounds. The Eagles have Oxtolis checks into the game. Chris Oxtolis in his first action of the day, and Max Tenney as well.
So Coach Yakum using the full extent of his squad tonight. The Wethersfield team, before the game, their warm-up shirts, they all bore the last name Sharkovich tonight in warm-ups and for that pregame ceremony. Xander Hong sends it over the head of Vizcarra. Pedno near the midline, taken away by Berlin. Back and forth we go between the 40s, but Berlin's going to come out of there with it. D'Arena sent it ahead. Weiserick had it. Couillet tries to come out here. Sullivan now for Berlin. Off to Michael Abayami. D'Arena sends it far side now as Berlin's still on the attack in the offensive half of the field. There's a chip going in toward the 18. Amatovic's going to head it before it gets to Morris. Wethersfield looks to claim control. Ali Hadzik does over to Welchel. Left-footed ball toward the center circle. Can Vizcarra get to it first? He does. Taps back to Pedno. He comes down the right side now. Christopher Oxtolis making a nice run, but that'll get away from the Eagles over the side as we're under a minute to go here in the first half. Throw coming for Berlin, 46 seconds until halftime. Vizcarra wins it for the Eagles. Pedno, quick touch back to Joao Vizcarra. He's got some space in the offensive half of the field now. Pulls it back, trying to find the next opportunity. Has to come back to Pedno as we approach 30 seconds now. Vizcarra backed all the way up and has to go to the backfield now. Matovic, line drive ahead to Pedno. Wethersfield having trouble once they get into the offensive half, getting past the Berlin midfield and back line. Berlin takes that ball away into the front half of the field. They come. We're down to 13 seconds with Berlin threatening potentially again. Abayami with the ball on his foot as we count down the final 6 seconds. He goes toward the goal, but headed there by Xander Hong. Played out by Oxtolis. Sullivan has it, and that's going to be the horn. Folks, that ends our first 40 minutes. We thank you for your patience with us. We're going to bow out for a few minutes. We'll come back, get you all set up for the second half. Less than 10 minutes, we'll be back on the audio video. We'll stay up. All right, folks, welcome back to Sage Park here in Berlin. We have a 1-0 Berlin lead over Wethersfield, the CCC Conference Tournament quarterfinal action. We're going to take a quick look at some of the highlights from the first half.
Yeah, the Eagles were on their heels. Possible to stop for Nate Morris. That gives the Redcoats a 1-0 lead, and Wethersfield is under pressure, but that's the only one they gave up, and they're still right in this.
All right, so the teams are back on the field. Wethersfield as the higher seed, number 7, lower seed probably we should say it that way. 7th seed in this tournament against Berlin, the 2 seed. Berlin hosting there in their home. Reds are going to go left to right here in the second half. Wethersfield and the road Whites going to go right to left. Wethersfield will have the ball first. Tariq Alihadzik is in the center circle, and we are underway. The second 40 minutes. Ramo Amatovic with a high ball ahead for Wethersfield.
And Ali Pedno was about 15 yards offside by the time that ball was played back.
Ball moves into the offensive half again for Berlin. Julian Couillet going to settle it, send it forward for Wethersfield. Looking for Christopher Oxtolis as Wethersfield starts essentially the way they came off the field at the end of the first half. Pedno tries to give chase, but it's cleared by Berlin. It's going to get over the sideline, so it will be a throw for Wethersfield. Luca Iannucci going to take it for the Eagles, number 23. Iannucci into Ali Pedno. Look at the close from Abayomi. Abayomi now moving back up front as Amatovic has to send it over in the middle of the field to Couillet, to Welchel, and that gets away from Wethersfield. Joshi to Abayomi. Quick touch. It's going to be a shot from the top of the 18. Look at the save from Nate Morris, denying Frank Alangia a goal opportunity.
Yeah, great ball movement here. Couillet plays it up the middle. Looks like Welchel moved out of where Couillet thought the pass was going to be. And look at that unselfish play there. Gets an open look, and what a save by Morris there. That one was headed lower left corner.
Berlin going to take over again, though. Move into the offensive half. Redcoats coming down the far side in front of their bench. Pressure there from Welchel for Wethersfield. Frank Alangia surrounded quickly. Wethersfield well aware of where he is on the field, as well as number 13, Joshi, who scored the goal in the first half. Joshi plays the ball down the side. Tap back. Still in Berlin possession, moving in toward the 18 on that far side, but Vizcarra is going to get to it for Wethersfield. Almost stumbles. He does. Joshi comes out of there with the ball. Berlin still with it. Chance now brewing in that far corner. Here's one going toward the goal. Headed there by Couillet before it got to Morris. Lucky for Wethersfield on that one as it goes forward. Now Max Tenney gives chase for the Eagles up front. It's going to be played back to Montanez. Omar Montanez in net for Berlin tonight. Senior keeper has the clean sheet going so far through the first 42+ minutes. Number 9, Michael Abayomi. Nice move, and it's going to be another foul from behind. Welchel got too much contact. Abayomi goes down. It'll be a free kick for Berlin.
Yeah, great job getting his body in position. Knew he was going to take a little bit of a hit, sold it, but he made the play, got the call, and we've seen how dangerous Berlin can be from this spot.
So ball will be on the near side, a few yards in from the sideline, but just about, we'll call it 22 yards on the football marking, so about 32 yards out from net. Joshi is going to line it up. Iannucci by himself just inside the 18 is the one-player wall as all the action is stacked up middle of the field forward. Nice ball, good service in. No, look at Nate Morris able to punch it out. Can Wethersfield get to it? Tenney does. Here's Ali Hodzik with a head of steam moving in the offensive half for Wethersfield, but it's going to get away from him. Chipped ahead by Nardelli for Berlin, and here come the Redcoats again. Number 5 is Tommy Frankalangia. Ball goes into the backfield. Nardelli with it for Berlin. Goes all the way across to Dalick. Number 21, Matt Dalick, one of the senior captains on this Berlin squad. Ball played over on the far side. Redcoats moving into the offensive half again. Here is Joshi. Pokes that one ahead. High ball headed by Couillet on the run. Not easy to do. 36-23 to go here in the second half. 1-0 Berlin lead. If they hang on, it's over in 36 minutes, 15 seconds. If Wethersfield can find a way to knot it up, we would go to overtime if we end regulation tied. 1-0 Berlin. just about 4 minutes into this second half. Wethersfield battles far side, but it gets away from the Eagles. Pedno in the backfield, stumbles over the ball. Here comes Berlin, but it goes back to Amatovic. Chips it toward the center circle, looking for Ali Pedno. Iannucci now dances around, but Francolangia, that's number 5, Tommy Francolangia, did a nice job getting the ball away from Wethersfield initially, but it gets away from him, so it'll be a throw for Wethersfield. Iannucci has it in the backfield. The Eagles trying to move it into the offensive half. Not a ton of opportunities for the Eagles offensively here in this one so far. Pedno battles Joshi at the midline. Iannucci's going to send it toward the center circle. Welchel plays it forward. Vizcarra now for Wethersfield. Tries to make a move, does. Able to send the ball over to the side to Ali Hadzik. Back to Vizcarra. Splits 2. Goes down. Now still on the ball is Wethersfield as Tenney sends it ahead. Vizcarra with a slide. Unable to get to it. Max Tenney battles. Just outside top of the arc. Sends it back. Looking for Welchel. And Berlin's going to come out of there with the ball as we hit the 5-minute mark of the second half. 35:03 to go. Ball rolls over the sideline in front of the Berlin bench. So Wethersfield had something brewing, but just not able to do much with it in the attacking third.
Yeah, nice little 1-2 work between Ali Hadzik and Vizcarra. Ball squeaks through to Tenney and Oxtolas, and Wethersfield not able to really get organized enough to create that into a shooting chance.
Vizcarra again going after it. Welchel taps it over to Pedno for Wethersfield. Pulls it back, but he's met quickly by Joshi. Marcus Joshi, number 13, one of the captains for Berlin, is all over the middle of the field. Redcoats out of the back as Dalek sends a high ball into the offensive half. Here's Joshi again, just outside the center circle. Plays it over on the far side, looking for Alex George. In toward the 18, this is Francolangia. Pedno has to come back. Iannucci's going to shield. Morris is going to call him off and scoop it up. So Wethersfield escapes as we're just about 6 minutes into the second half. 1-0 Berlin lead.
And good job by Pedno dropping into the box there to be able to break up that, get in the passing lane. And Morris, too, to be vocal and to pounce on that ball.
At stake here in this one is a berth in the conference tournament semifinals on Saturday. That would be right back here at Sage Park. Winner of this one gets the winner of number 6 Maloney and number 3 Tallinn, which is going on right now tonight. Don't have any score contacts on the out-of-town scoreboard for that one that I'm aware of, but we'll check that later on.
The last I've got.
Also tonight, as we mentioned, Wethersfield girls in action in the girls CCC tournament quarterfinal, hosting South Windsor at Catone. The score update we had, we believe that had gone to halftime with Wethersfield up 2-0. We'll work to get additional updates on that one as we go, as here is Berlin again moving toward the offensive attacking third of the field. Francolangia had it for a moment. There's Xander Hong flying in to send it toward the side, and Wethersfield, the next opportunity, is going to get 4 substitutions into the game. Ball goes over the side. It's a Berlin throw, though, so the subs will wait for the Eagles. Berlin in their home reds. They're going left to right here in this second half. Ball comes near side now. On the foot of number 8, that is Philip Adamchuk. Number 5 now, Tommy Francolangia dancing around inside the 18, still with the ball on his foot, deflects off Pedno off the foot of Amatovic, goes over the side. Morris able to get to it, still inbounds now for Berlin. Chip shot moving toward the goal. Xander Hong settles it right inside the 18 in front of the goal. And there's a shot deflected by Oxtolas. Nice job by number 15, Chris Oxtolas. Here comes Wethersfield. Ali Hadzik's got a player to beat, though. And Berlin's going to win that battle as 2 players converge on Ali Hadzik. And the other way, offensively now comes Berlin. Dancing along the sideline there. Nice job by Daly to keep it in bounds almost.
Yeah, I don't think Ali Hadzik is going to take this team by surprise. I think by this point in the season, you know, this team is aware that he is the Eagles' leading scorer, leading assister. Every time he touches the ball, they are swarming him. Eagles got to do a better job of giving him some support.
And we get the substitutions into the game. Included in that group, number 19, Camden Sharkovich. He's up top now for the Eagles. Ali Hadzik, Vizcarra, and Fraga. Also in the offensive mix for the Eagles, Leo Naharo back in the game in midfield.
And Ashvin Maharaj checks in as well.
Maharaj along the back line. He's going to scoop it up and take this throw just about 8 yards into the backfield. He'll take a couple more. In it comes to Naharo. Bounces off him. Sends it forward. Good battle there with Tommy Francolangia. and that's going to go Berlin way. We had number 5 on number 5 there. Berlin comes out the better of that battle as we hit the 31-minute mark. 9 minutes gone here in this second half. Wethersfield still trailing Berlin 1-0. It's going to be a Wethersfield throw as Maharaj will come up to take it.
And Coach Yakum has used possibly every player on his roster today. The lineup he's got right now is much more similar to what we've seen as a starting lineup most of the season.
Maharaj with the right foot sends it to Pedno. He's got some space near the center circle. Line drive going forward, but it's headed there by Berlin. Dalek got to it, and here come the Redcoats now, moving toward the midline.
You could see some frustration from Ali Hadzik. I think Pedno was probably playing it to him and just put it too much down the middle instead of to the left corner.
Wethersfield again unable to connect. This Berlin defense has been up to the test tonight. Here is Tommy Frankalangia battling Ashvin Maharaj. There is his brother, Joey Frankalangia. Sent one over that Nate Morris gets to. Good play on the far side, on the near side, I should say, here for Ashvin Maharaj. Wethersfield trying to move the ball the other way. Vizcarra through the center circle. Gets it ahead, Camden Sharkovich, and it's going to draw a whistle against Wethersfield. Looks like back on the Vizcarra play.
Yeah, it was the Vizcarra play that they called. And the player for Berlin is a little slow to get up. He's now popped back up. Looks like he's going to be all right.
Berlin team, only one loss on the regular season, 11-1-4. Here's Ali Hadzik now, Wethersfield maybe with their best chance of the night along the left side. He's got one player to beat. Dalek with a nice defensive effort sends it over the inline.
And you say this might be the best chance of the night. It now is. I don't know if is this their first corner kick that we've seen him take, Dave?
That's the first one that I believe we've had as we are just about 11 minutes into this second half. Ali Hadzik's going to line it up.
They had a free kick in the first half that squeaked through, was dangerous, but this is what they were looking to do. Keep this a close game, capitalize on plays like this.
Pedno on that far side. He's got a couple of headers. That goes all the way through. Amatovic's going to get ahead on and moves toward the goal, but cleared out of there by Berlin. Just not enough oomph on that head ball from Ramo Amatovic. Good service from Ali Hadzik. Ball goes wide left, and we'll take a look at that shot.
Yeah, a deep ball played here by Ali Hadzik on the corner kick. You see Amatovic, number 4, slide back a little bit, get his head on the ball, bounces near Pedno, but able to be cleared by Berlin there. But like you said, that was probably the Eagles' best chance of the night so far.
So Wethersfield turned away on their best offensive chance of the night. The set piece that has been a good formula for the Eagles at various points throughout the season, but Ramo Amatovic not able to put it on net. Berlin able to clear, and here's the boot by Montanez. Goes into the offensive half. Nice slide from behind by Kuye. Ball still in bounds. Tommy Frankalangia sends it into the backfield. Matt Dalek now. Camden Sharkovich pressures. Dalek gets rid of it. Up ahead to Michael Abayomi. Now Joey Frankalangia sends it into the backfield. Camden Nardelli now. Back into the offensive portion of the field. It's headed by Kuye. Pedno going to get to it. Amatovic sends a high ball into the center circle. Over the head of Vizcarra. He battles for it. Looks like we had a handball call against Wethersfield off the forearm, so Berlin back in action, moving toward the goal. Tommy Frankalangia, nice pressure from Ashvin Maharaj for Wethersfield. Ali Hadzik with a quick tap back to Amatovic. Now Vizcarra as Wethersfield tries to play out of the back. Good pressure from Berlin. Left-footed line drive up ahead. Camden Sharkovich on his horse, got 2 players to beat. Puts pressure on. Dalek has to send it back to Montanez. Look at Camden Sharkovich still putting the pressure on, and Leo Najardo comes back to win the ball. He's inside the 18 on the left side, has to bring it back out. Tries to battle 2 players. Down goes Najardo. Vizcarra trying to win it for Wethersfield, but there is a long ball going the other way, headed by Amatovic in the backfield for Wethersfield. Pedno keeps it in bounds right near the midline, near sideline. Back to Maharaj. Has to get rid of it quickly. Abayomi able to win the ball for Berlin. They come quickly as Joey Frankalangia battling Ramo Amatovic. Frankalangia had the inside position. Let's see, we've got no call. We're going to have a goal kick for Wethersfield.
Yeah, good battle there. Both players going hard. Amatovic's a big body to move out of the way there.
So Berlin hangs on to the 1-0 lead, 26-17 to go here in the second half. Wethersfield's had a little bit more life offensively in this half than what they had in the first half, but denied on the corner kick just a few moments ago, so we remain 1-0 Berlin. Camden Sharkovich battling Dalick up front. Sharkovich with the header. Moves into that attack. Vizcarra is going to win it for Wethersfield. Defended there by Tommy Francolangia. Pedno, nice tap back to Vizcarra. Now some space down the sideline. Vizcarra battling. Joshi gets in there. Here's Ali Hadzik moving down the side, in toward the 18. He's going to left-footed cross. He gets past Camden Sharkovich. Booted out of there by Berlin. Nice ball from Ali Hadzik, just not able to make the connection. Pedno steps to it for Wethersfield. He's in the center circle through the giant B here for Berlin. John Fraga now down the right side.
Not a name you said too much in this half.
He gets around Sullivan into the 18. Daly comes to meet him. It's going to go over the in line and we'll say a goal kick.
Yeah, Fraga can be one of their most productive offensive players. The ball's been down this near side the entire half. I think that might be the first time we've called his name. Eagles got to use him a little bit more, spread the field.
You can see the speed when he gets going. He got around on that far side, but nice play along the back line from Dalick, one of the senior captains, Matt Dalick, number 21 for Berlin. And again, their defense has been up to the task all night here. Couillet, some space near the midline on the far side. Julian Couillet into the front half of the field for Wethersfield. Gets around one, still going. Julian Couillet now moving closer. Goes down, he tries to send it to Camden Sharkovich. We got a whistle. It's going to go against Wethersfield. Looks like another call off the forearm, so it'll be a free kick in the backfield for Berlin. Wethersfield again trying to mount an attack, but Berlin up to the task. Nothing doing in the offensive third.
And I like that run from Couillet. You know, he makes a couple of half, beats the player there, almost was able to poke that through and get it into the box, but well defended from Berlin.
So we're approaching 16 minutes into this second half, 24:09 on the clock until this one is over. If it stands right now, as it stays the way it is right now, 1-0 Berlin lead. Wethersfield. A long ball from Pedno, and it's going to skip off of Philip Adamchuk for Berlin, and so this should be a Wethersfield throw. This is in the attacking third. Ali Hadzik takes it back to Maharaj. He's going to send it back to Ali Hadzik. He will try to get around. Goes through one player, but met by another, and that's going to be a whistle against Ali Hadzik, and that's going to be Berlin free kick in the backfield.
And at times you see that frustration from Ali Hadzik. The ref was looking at it the whole time. Got the ball through, but the Berlin defender used his body well. Ali Hadzik just got a little bit too handsy there.
So here's the boot for Berlin. It's high. It's toward the middle of the field. Gets over the head of number 10, Sebastian Karwowski. Vizcarra flicks it back. Tapped ahead there by Diarina, Alessandro Diarina, and this is Karwowski again. Sebi Karwowski, number 10, a sophomore on this Berlin team. Trying to make something happen offensively. Redcoats on top, 1-0, 22:51 to go. Second half action here from Scalise Field, Sage Park in Berlin. Camden Sharkovich up front for Wethersfield. Good battle there as he's met by Camden Nardelli. Joshi plays it to himself, sends it ahead. He's got Abayomi moving toward the goal, but Couillet shields as Morris is able to scoop it up, rolls it out quickly to Amatovic. Vizcarra near the midline, quickly surrounded. And here's Joshi coming out with the ball. Number 13, Marcus Joshi. He has scored the lone goal of the game. He had 7 during the regular season, also had 11 assists in the regular season. Morawski sends it. It goes off of Amatovic. It's still alive for Berlin. This is number 9, Michael Abayomi. Going to play it back to Joshi, middle of the field. Got plenty of room to move. Camden Sharkovich comes from behind to put some pressure on for Wethersfield. There's a chip inside the 18, cleared by Amatovic. Wethersfield trying to move the other way. Camden Sharkovich chips it ahead. And it's going to be met by Camden Nardelli for Berlin. They got 4 players around Sharkovich, and they take the ball away, do the Redcoats. Going down that far sideline, good step, and looks like Xander Honk's going to be shaken up on that one. A little bit of contact as he went in after that ball, sent it over the sideline. He's up, though, and looks like it was able to win the ball off the contact. A foul called on Berlin, so it'll be a free kick for Wethersfield in the backfield. Couillet sends one forward, but it goes right to Berlin, and nothing doing for Wethersfield off the free kick. Maharaj battles for it, though. Look at him go against number 16, Diarina. taken away by Berlin. Here's Abayomi now, one-on-one against Ramo Amatovic. Good play from Amatovic. Nice tackle for Wethersfield. Can the Eagles do something with it? They cannot. He sent the ball down, I think, anticipating a run by Ali Hadzik down this near side. That did not happen. So Wethersfield denied again, and it's back to Berlin possession.
Get some subs in here for Wethersfield. Caden Sharkovich, Damian Sardo, Ahmed El-Bashir. Who am I missing, Dave?
Damian Sardo you got. I think we could be good here. So we'll reset across the top. We've got both Camden Sharkovich and Caden Sharkovich. Camden number 19, Caden number 3. They are up top for Wethersfield. John Fraga also in the offensive mix. Leo Naharo will be attacking on the offensive side of the ball as well. Amatovic again with a long ball down this near sideline, and again Wethersfield not able to meet it, so it just is a turnover as number 18 Philip Adamchuk is going to take it for Berlin.
If we could hear Coach Yakum from all the way across the field, I think he would tell Amatovic, be a little bit more patient, find your center mids, let's build up a little bit from the back and then make those through balls.
Spinning throw gets past Ahmed El-Bashir. Amatovic's going to get to it. Here's a high ball going down the middle of the field. Dalick able to meet it.
Oh.
And Berlin, look how calmly they settle the ball off of that long kick from Amatovic.
Easy to do.
Frank Alangia sends it ahead. This is number 18, Sam Abayomi. Ball gets away from Berlin, though, so we'll have a goal kick for Wethersfield. Quickly, short tap out to Coulier. Wethersfield looks to play possession out of the back. Coulier, long ball ahead to Fraga. Off his chest, skips away. Berlin takes it over. Pedno with a chance now for Wethersfield. Chips it ahead over the midline, looking for Caden Sharkovich. Can he get to it before it goes over the side? Shielded nicely there. Looks like by Dalick on the far side for Berlin. So that will lead to a Berlin throw near the Wethersfield bench on the far side. Eagles again in their road whites. Berlin in the home reds. The Redcoats are moving left to right here in this second half. Wethersfield going right to left. There's a left-footed boot from Leo Naharo, looking for Camden Sharkovich up front.
Yeah, Camden's
he pressures. He's going to maybe have a chance to get this ball. He keeps it in bounds right in the corner, deflects off the Berlin play. That's going to lead to a corner kick.
Yeah.
Great hustle from Camden Sharkovich.
Great hustle, but great heads-up play there, too. You're well defended in the corner. You're probably not going to make much of this. Get a corner kick out of it and see what they can turn it into.
Wethersfield sat Ali Hadzik in that last set of substitutions, so Damian Sardo is going to send this one on a left-footed ride.
Yeah, a little bit of a different look. You know, this one's going to be bending a little bit away from the goal.
Line drive gets across. Amatovic with the header, and it hits the football crossbar. Beautiful service from Damian Sardo, but Wethersfield denied again.
Yeah, another effective corner kick that ends up on the head of Amatovic. This one, a clean look, just was not able to get it down low enough. Hits that football crossbar.
And you can't ask for more than that on the service and even on the connection. Just not able to bring it down enough to get on goal. So Berlin stays on top 1-0 as El-Bashir sends a high one into the night sky, headed by Camden Nardelli.
Yeah, and I'm not sure on that corner kick. I think the Wethersfield players were a little too close to the goal, knowing that it's a left foot bending out. You want to probably get a little bit outside the 6 and move into it instead of having to retreat for it.
Berlin making the run the other way. Number 5, Tommy Frankalangia had the ball on his foot. It's in front of the Redcoats bench. He gets it back to number 16, Alessandro De Arena. Berlin playing possession, offensive half. Nice tap. Here's an opportunity brewing inside the 18. Tapped out of there by Xander Hung, and there's Amatovic with the left foot. Looks like it might have hit off potentially a hand, and Wethersfield's going to come out of there. No call, no whistle. Nahado trying to play it out of the back. Left foot deflected by Joshi. Amatovic sends it to the center circle. Moved ahead by Berlin, still in the offensive half. Joshi with the head on the ball. Back to Joshi it comes. Pedno steps in for Wethersfield. Here is Joey Frankalangia. Top of the 18, sends one high and over the fence. Wethersfield escapes there.
And it's easy for me to be critical about Wethersfield's got to stop playing the long balls. They've got to find their mids. But the Redcoats swarm you every time you pass it. They do not make it easy on you. And if they create a turnover there, it's going to end up in the back of the net. Morris here plays the long ball over the head of Sardo. Headed by the Redcoats. Good pressure from Sardo on Sebi Karkowski.
And that will win a throw for Berlin here. Sebi Karwowski. We've got a ball comes in from outside in the concourse area here near the concession stand. Looks like that ball came in. Philip Adamchuk going to take it, number 8 for Berlin. Comes into the corner. Ahmed El-Bashir sends it over. Looks like he got it where it'll be a throw.
Yeah,
Deep throw. Avoids the corner kick, which is good for Wethersfield. But the Eagles need to turn this possession and get Berlin out of their offensive half. Here comes the throw now. Adamchuk sends it in. And Wethersfield able to clear. Camden Sharkovich with the ball, trying to move the other way. Center circle, Berlin turns it back in their favor. Ahmed El-Bashir steps to it. Warowski for Berlin now. Battling Damian Sardo. Berlin maintains possession. Joshi over to Abayomi. Number 9, Michael Abayomi moves toward the goal, lays it off. Xander Hong steps in to intercept that pass. Sullivan's got it now for Berlin, taken away by Hong. Kuye is going to tap it. Middle of the field now. Naharo's got some space to turn. Can he make the turn and get past? Left-footed ball, deflects. Caden Sharkovich has a beat on this one up front. Near side, he's going to keep it in bounds. One defender to beat. It's Camden Nardelli for Berlin. Nardelli with a nice tackle. Naharo comes in to support for Wethersfield, and that will keep. We've got a deflection, and we're going to go Berlin way. So good defensive play there from number 17 for Berlin. Camden Nardelli wins possession back for the Redcoats. Here's Joshi in the backfield. We're under 15 minutes to go in the second half. 14:31 on the clock. Wethersfield, if they don't find the back of the net, they will be off until CIAC tournament play next week. Berlin, if this score holds, would move on to a CCC semifinal game right here at Sage Park on Saturday. That ball's in toward the 18. Morris is going to get to it, going to let it fly with a left foot. Line drive looking for Naharo. Goes into the center circle. Caden Sharkovich with it there for Wethersfield, looking for his brother up front. Nice job by Camden, but taken away by Dalek for Berlin. Wethersfield. Not much in the way of offensive chances. A couple of corner kicks here in this second half that have led to some decent connections, but not able to actually put a shot on goal from either one. That ball goes over the inline. It will be a goal kick for Wethersfield. Morris hustles over to scoop it up. Time starting to become a factor for Wethersfield. 13:30 to go here in the second half. Berlin on top 1-0. Free kick goal in the first half from number 13, Marcus Joshi, is the extent of our scoring so far, but that could be enough for Berlin with the way they've played defensively here tonight. Fraga looking for Camden Sharkovich, but Berlin steps into that one. Ball's in the center circle. Ahmed El-Bashir up there for Wethersfield, but Warowski gets to it for first. Here is Abayomi now down the right side, stood up by Pedno. Warowski now. Pedno again gets in. El-Bashir sends it toward the center circle, headed by Berlin. Camden Sharkovich gives chase here on the near side, turned by Berlin right near the midline. Good pressure from Sharkovich. That should lead to a throw for Wethersfield. It does. Camden Sharkovich, great hustle on the near side. Damian Sardo scoops it up, looking for a place to go. He's got Leo Najardo now. Back to Sharkovich. Ball gets away, though. A little loose on the passing game tonight are the Eagles. And turned out of there. Look at the pass from Abayomi to Warowski. It's going to get all the way back to net where Morris will scoop it up. And Wethersfield tries to come the other way. Out of the back. Amatovic takes some space. Weaves between two defenders. Met by a third. Gets it off to Pedno. Pedno fakes the pass to the far side. Keeps it himself. He's moving down the field. Lays it off now. Xander Hong up from the back for the Eagles. Has a player to beat. It's Sullivan on the far side. Crosses deflected by Sullivan into the trees past the Big B. So that will be another corner for the Eagles. Let's see who's going to take this one for Wethersfield.
We got a couple of new bodies coming in for the Eagles too. LaPerriere, Alihadzik, and Vizcarra check in. Looks like with Alihadzik in the game, Sardo's still taking the corner kick from that left side. Now this one is going to bend towards that back post.
This one is going to bend, as you said, toward the back post. Amatovic trying to get in. He's met by two players. They're trying to keep him away from the net, pushing and shoving in front of the goal. This could be a key point in the game. Left-footed ball up. Has some distance, and it's cleared out of there by Berlin initially, just outside the 18. Amatovic taps it ahead, trying to move the ball ahead. This will be a throw. That goes toward truck number 9 here from the Berlin Fire Department that was here for the pregame ceremonies. This will be a throw, should be a throw for Wethersfield. And no, we got a foul call in the back.
Yeah, I think Ramo may have clipped the defender there, and the ref was right on top of it.
So we are just about right now exactly at the 11-minute mark, 10:59 to go here in the second half. Berlin on top 1-0 over Wethersfield in a CCC quarterfinal. Good hustle there. Camden Sharkovich. And ball rolls toward the net. Omar Montanez scoops it up for Berlin.
Yeah, good look from Fraga there. I don't think he hit it the way he wanted to. One of the best looks from the Eagles from just outside the box.
Pedno
all
for
over
Wethersfield.
the field there. He was the one that had just pressured the goalie a second ago.
Pedno right in the middle of the B. Comes back to Amatovic. Looks like he wanted to let that one fly. Got pressured, sends it ahead. Sardo trying to tap it off his face. He goes down. That ball went right off Damian Sardo's face. That's going to draw a whistle. And we'll keep an eye and see if we end up with a clock stoppage here. But unintentional, but looks like it got him square in the nose. We will stop clock as we're right at 10:01 here, remaining in the second half. Sardo pops up, gets a nice hand from the crowd here at Sage Park tonight. So play will resume on what should be a drop ball here, maybe free kick for Wethersfield. 10:01 on the clock. That's where we stopped it. And we're going to drop it right in front of number 18, Ahmed El Bashir, and we are back in action. Wethersfield sends it, taken away by Abayomi. Number 18 is Sam Abayomi. Back tap by Camden Sharkovich, not able to connect. Wethersfield loses possession. Here comes.
They got numbers here.
Berlin the other way. That is Michael Abayomi. Number 9, denied by Ramo Amatovic. Getting all choked up again over here, Tom. Wethersfield desperately trying to find a way to make something happen here. John Fraga left foots it ahead, looking for Ali Hadzik. Ball gets away.
And Amatovic defensively there. We mentioned one of the best plays of the half was he saved a goal in the first half. This could easily be a 2-0 game. Had he not intercepted that pass, that could have been another one in the back of the net.
So 9-11, 9-10 now to go. Second half, Wethersfield continues to trail, down 1-0 to Berlin.
Sardo looks like he's coming out. Iannucci is into the game.
And Tom, I'm trying to create a mental picture again of the tail of the tape from the beginning. I believe both of these teams had given up 18 goals on the season.
Yeah, it was the same number.
Coming in, so just over a goal a game. So we did not expect a high scoring one here. We have not gotten that. Both defenses have been, for the most part, up to the test, but that one free kick for Wethersfield is one they would love to have back. Gabriel Perrier turned it to Ali Hadzik, but he's quickly swarmed by 2 defenders, and Berlin able to counter, but Couillet there to meet it. Morris now with the ball toward the midline. Joshi with it. Look at the play from Pedno. Line drive down the left. Ali Hadzik is in front of everybody. Just outside the 18. Deflected by Camden Nardelli, and it's going to be sent over the sideline. So that will be... we've got a call against Ali Hadzik, and that's going to be a foul on Wethersfield, which will lead to a free kick in the backfield on what looked like was materializing into a deep offensive throw for Wethersfield. So too much contact from Ali Hadzik as he went after the ball. Good defensive pressure from Camden Nardelli, and Berlin comes out with the better of that one. Yeah,
the ref on the far side there gave like a little jersey tug, display there. He saw something that we weren't able to up here.
High ball now into the offensive half. Ali Hadzik's got to be careful. He heads it forward. Now he goes after the ball again. It's still in bounds. Look at the battle between Ali Hadzik and Nardelli here. That's going to lead to a Berlin throw. Wethersfield's formula right now, though, seems to be get the ball to Ali Hadzik and let him battle, sometimes 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Not going to be really the formula you want in this one.
Yeah, and it looks like the Redcoats have dropped a few bodies a little bit in defense. They've got 2 guys up top here, but for the most part, I think they are comfortable protecting this 1-0 lead and trying to limit the chances for Wethersfield in these final 7 minutes.
All right, we are under 7 to go, 6:55 on the clock, second half. Berlin trying to advance in the CCC tournament. They came in, they won the CCC South Division this year, came into this tournament as the number 2 seed. They would advance, if this score holds, to play the winner of Tallinn Maloney. That game would be Saturday here at Sage Park.
Oh, yeah.
Ali Hodzik with a nice tap ahead, gets off the head of LePerriere. Berlin sends it high, but there's Ali Hodzik able to send it over to Pedno.
Iannucci, good run.
Iannucci with a run down the right, but headed out of there by Berlin. Pedno again sends it over to Vizcarra. He's got some space, quickly closed by number 16, Alessandro De Arena for Berlin. So Vizcarra has to come back midline. Ball gets away a bit. Couillet chases it down, but he's 15 yards deep into the backfield. Has to go back to Morris in net as we hit the 6-minute mark here in the second half. Left-footed line drive from Morris. Skims off the top of Ali Hodzik. Had Camden Sharkovich making a run.
Yeah, Sharkovich had timed his run perfectly, and it was a great flick from Ali Hodzik there. Just didn't find the passing lane.
And Ali Hodzik and Gabriel LePerriere both battled with number 10, Karwowski, there for Berlin, and that is going to win the call.
We've got
free
a
kick in the backfield.
Clock stoppage for a referee shoe tie here on the near side.
And kudos to the official for stopping the clock for that. Laces are tied. We are back in action. Berlin in the offensive half. Marcus Joshi sends one all the way across. Beautiful ball. It's going to be headed by Vizcarra for Wethersfield. Iannucci gets ahead on it, sends it forward. Eagles trying to claim it. Look at Camden Sharkovich with the hustle. Here's Vizcarra. Joao Vizcarra pulls it back, still on his foot, but Wethersfield in the backfield, going the wrong direction. Pedno surrounded quickly. Ball gets away. Here's Berlin on the counterattack. Offensive half of the field. Nicely done from Tommy Francolangia. Sends it over here to Warwowski now. Here is Joey Francolangia, lays it off, looking for Michael Abayomi, taken away by Julian Couillet. He's pressured on the far side. Couillet takes space, though. Down the side he goes. Deflects off a Berlin player, and what are we going to get here? Looks like that'll be a free kick.
And Dave, a minute after SA Berlin content to protect this 1-0 lead, they bring 6 guys on the attack. So clearly they're going to jump into the play and see if they can put this away at 2-0.
So time definitely a factor now. 4:44 on the clock. Wethersfield trailing Berlin 1-0. And again, as this ball goes forward, that's a nice high ball in toward the top of the 18. Nobody able to get to it for Wethersfield, though. Ali Hodzik sends it. Back tap by Pedno. Fraga had it on his foot inside the 18. Good pressure from Camden Sharkovich. Here is Michael Abayomi for Berlin. Down the side he comes. Good pressure by John Fraga from behind. That does not draw a whistle. It's going to be a Wethersfield throw. So Fraga able to get to the ball before the contact.
And Caden Sharkov cheer checking in for the final 4 minutes. Coach Yakum hoping that there's a little bit of magic on the field here in these quarterfinals for the Eagles.
Caden Sharkovich had the magic for Wethersfield on senior night. He got the goal that tied it up. And now what do we got here? We've got a little bit, not sure. Officials are converging. We're not sure exactly what's going on. We've stopped clock here at 3:41.
I think they want you to put like 10 minutes back on it.
3:41 on the clock, second half, Wethersfield. All right, we're going to reset clock. We're going to reset to 3:52, so it's our rule in the final 5 minutes where the team in the lead subs, clock stops. That has confused us, I know, at home games all season long. Camden Sharkovich lays it off for Fraga. He gets around. Nardelli lays it ahead to LePerriere. Cross, looking for Camden Sharkovich, cleared by Berlin. It's over the side. We got a throw for Wethersfield. Ahmed El-Bashir's got to hustle it up. Time is of the essence. 3:31 to go, second half. And backward go the Eagles. Couillet. Nice service going all the way across. Looking for Amatovic. It's off the back of his foot. That's going to get right to Marcus Joshi for Berlin. He sends a long one on the counterattack. Couillet's going to head it. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, Wethersfield's going to be vulnerable. Amatovic has slid up. He's no longer on the back.
Michael Abayomi for Berlin on the attack. That's going to get into the 18. Nate Morris, not sure if he was able to pick that one up, but he correctly boots it out with the left foot, and it's going to go over the side. As we hit the 3-minute mark, it's going to be a throw for Berlin. And that'll stop the clock as Berlin subs here at 2:56. Throw for the Redcoats. Number 8, Philip Adamchuk, going to take it. Berlin on top, 1-0. Wethersfield, this is one of those where they're going to have to go all out. It's either going to lead to the goal that ties it, or they're going to give up a quick one on the counterattack, is typically how this works. Iannucci trying to play out of the back for Wethersfield, but there is Joey Francolangia for Berlin, and the Redcoats play it forward. Warwowski now on that far side, battling Ali Pedno. Nice turn from Ali Pedno. Wethersfield trying to move it out of the backfield, come the other way. 2:22 to go in the second half. Eagles trail 1-0. Berlin on top, and Berlin, the Redcoats able to take possession in no hurry now. They're going to play the short passing game. Nice pullback on that far side in front of the Berlin coaching staff. Marcus Joshi now, he's got the lone goal of the game. Sends it down the side. There's an opportunity. Let's see if they cross this one and go for an opportunity on net here. And deflected, Iannucci sends it over the inline. So this will be a corner, not what Wethersfield needed here. Berlin very happy to take this one, 1:49 on the clock. Ball rolls out. Joshi's going to take the corner kick.
Yeah, and it's not so much the corner kick opportunity, it's the amount of time that gets wasted off the clock.
A lot of action inside the 6 on this one. Joshi's got the hand up. Sends it in, line drive, headed by Kuye. Can Wethersfield get to it? Ali Hodzik will, sends it ahead now. Looking for Caden Sharkovich up front. Ball still alive. Caden and Camden both up front for the Eagles. Ball taken away by Berlin. Into the offensive half they come. Redcoats trying to milk the 1-0 lead. Ball comes to Tommy Francolangia near the side. Moves toward the corner. Trying to just take some time off the clock. Battle from Ahmed El Bashir. There's Gabriel LePerriere in the mix. And what do we got? That's going to be, thought we had a call. This is goal kick. Goal kick comes. We're under a minute. 55 seconds to go. Can Wethersfield find magic? Marcus Joshi for Berlin sends the ball high over toward the Redcoat bench. It's going to go over the side. Here is Iannucci for Wethersfield. He's trying to scoop up the quick throw. Goes back to Morris. Morris is going to have to let this fly with the left foot. He does. Line drive. Trying to find John Fraga, but taken away by Tommy Francolangia for Berlin. He sends one over the side, which will be a throw for Wethersfield. We only got 30 seconds to go, though. Wethersfield's got to go the length of the field. Quick throw, Fraga, Ahmed El Bashir, long line drive, played ahead, looking for Camden Sharkovich. Ali Hodzik has it. Wethersfield, can they do anything? Chip shot over the head of the Berlin defender. Caden Sharkovich now inside the 18. Battled by Dalek. Taken away and booted the other way. Pedno holds it up. Sends it toward the goal. 8 seconds on the clock. Amatovic goes in, collision with the keeper, and that is going to be it, folks. That's going to be the horn. And Wethersfield's run in the CCC tournament will come to an end. But, folks, this is a night where the outcome of the game certainly less important than the events we have had this week, the beginning of this game as well. 1-0 Berlin stays on top. They're going to move on to the CCC semifinals. They'll play again here in Berlin on Saturday. They've got the winner of Maloney and Tolland in that one. Don't know who they will play or what time that game will be, but we congratulate the Berlin Redcoats. Well-played game. And we're going to take a quick look at the highlight of the game, which was the goal from the first half by Marcus Joshi.
Yeah, the difference in the game, 1-0 we sit. That was the difference in the game. And Dave, when we look back at this game, no matter who the opponent was tonight, this was going to be a difficult game to win. And this opponent is one of the best we've seen all season. Number 2 seed, they're going to do some damage in this tournament. And, you know, when it comes time for the state tournament, they're going to be a tough out too. And, you know, we had such a great pregame ceremony. Thanks for all everything that the people of Berlin had done. And Dave, you had a great opening for us. You got the last words here.
Well, Tom, thank you. And as we close tonight's broadcast, we're reminded of the unwavering courage of our first responders, the inherent dangers of the work they do, and the lasting legacies forged by their selflessness. We're reminded also that sometimes amid the cruelest of circumstances, the simplest of things, a mere soccer game, can bring a ray of light to otherwise dark days. We're reminded that even if we struggle to find the right words or we have difficulty knowing exactly how to help, now is the time for all of us in the Wethersfield community to put our collective arms around the Sharkovich family during their time of grief. We want to extend our sincere thanks to WHS Director of Athletics Mike Maltese, Booster Club President Paul LaPerriere, Head Coach Rob Yakum, Berlin AD Dave Frankalangia, PA announcer Mike Soboleski, and the staff here at Berlin High School for making our broadcast possible tonight. And we thank each of you for your continued support of WHS Soccer. On behalf of producer, director, analyst Tom McCarter and videographer Raj Maharaj, I'm Dave Gustafson. Thank you and good night from Berlin.